Now, in this next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to open your background image that you've chosen for your landscape and how to add all of your other photos that you've just edited or added layer masks to and chopped them out to your background, and then we'll begin to arrange things and resize them to create your fantasy landscape. Okay? So, first thing you want to do is do a File, Open, go to your iDrive in the folder where you've saved all your photographs. Okay? Now, find the photo that you have decided you want to use. I decided to use Times Square from New York City. Okay? It's a night scene, which is kind of interesting. And I'm going to begin to add my objects into this background. First thing you want to do is open up one of your pictures that you've edited. So you want to open the Photoshop file, not the JPEG. Click on your Move tool. Click on your shape or person or object that you've chopped out. Click and drag it into your other file, and then let go of your mouse. Now I have my kayakers in my Times Square background photo. Okay? Now, you want to think about juxtaposition of objects. Now, juxtaposition means two unrelated things together in the same place. Okay? So, kayakers you wouldn't really see on the streets of New York City. So, what we want to do, excuse me, is resize this so I can make it look like it is being morphed, or it's actually part of the background photograph of New York City. So you want to do a Control-T to get your transform bounding box. Go to the upper corner, any of the corners that you want to choose. Do not drag from the sides and do not drag from the top. Okay? You want to drag from your corners. Hold your Shift key, click your mouse, and drag it to make it smaller. Okay? However small you want it to be. You want it to look like it's part of your photo. So I'm going to drag and put these guys and girls on the curb, on the sidewalk. Okay? Once you get it to make it look to a size that you would like to use, hit Enter. And now my photograph is in my background. Now notice, when I added my kayakers to my background file, a new layer showed up. This is when you want to double click on the word layer and rename it. Okay, I'm naming my layer kayakers. Now when you get a bunch of files in here, okay, it is so important for you to name your layers, otherwise you are going to get lost and you will have no idea what is on what layer. Okay, so you always want to make sure that you double click the word layer and rename it for whatever's on that layer. Now we want to add my next picture. So I cut out a picture of a kayaker climbing, or excuse me, a rock climber climbing a rock. You want to click and add that in there. Okay? Now, if you notice, I can't find my corners. That's just because my picture is so small. If you zoom out, you'll be able to see your bounding box, resize it, and drag it into frame of your background. Now I'm going to make my rock climber pretty big. Okay? Now this is interesting. You have a rock climber in a city with kayakers, probably not going to ever be seen anywhere. Okay? So you want to resize it by doing Control-T and dragging one of the corners holding the Shift key, and bring it into your object, or into your project. Okay? Now, this is what we have. Now I'm going to bring in another file. You want to do this all the same way. Click your Move tool, click on your animal or whatever it is that you have chosen to cut out to add in. Then once you get it in there, you want to do Control-T, drag from your corner holding the Shift key, make it smaller, and I'm going to make him even smaller than that, so he's little. and click on your picture to drag him or her, it could be a girl dog, anywhere you want. I'm going to put the dog on top of my bus. Okay? So if I zoom in to the top of my bus, okay, I have my dog. Now, if you notice, there's space between my dog and my bus. It doesn't look like my dog is lying on my bus. So, do Control-T and see this double arrow? Okay? That allows you to twist and rotate your object. So you can flip it upside down, whatever you want. Okay? I just want to get it parallel with my bus. Scooch my little puppy dog down so it looks like he's on there. And hit enter. And now my dog looks like he's laying on top of the bus. Okay? Now, if I wanted my dog to be facing the other direction. So right now my dog is facing right. If I wanted my dog to be looking left in the direction the bus is moving, okay, after I get it where I want him to be, you want to do Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Okay, and then he's flipped around. Now, there's some open space right here, so you may need to do a Control-T again and re-rotate your puppy or object, whatever it is that you're using, so it looks like it meshes and fits directly on the bus, like it's actually sitting there. Okay? Now, I only added 3 objects to my background. Okay? I would need to add 7 more. Your background layer does not count as one of your objects. So you're going to be downloading a total of 11 photographs from the internet, 1 of which will be a background, 10 of which will be objects like my rock climber, my kayakers, and my doggy. Okay? You want to do the same process that I showed you for all 3 of these objects or photographs for all 10. Okay? So good luck finding your photos, and I will be around to help if you need me.